I'm excited today. The only thing that's been harder for me to get my hands on is Mrs. Sarge 1911. Hey, but I'm persistent. Let's see what we got. Okay, everybody, welcome to the hideout. I'm pretty excited today. I got something I've been looking for a long time. But let me do it before I get started because I'll forget. It's running my mouth. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know how I could not forget that, but thanks everybody, really. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not, please do. Click the little ringy dingy out there so you get your notification, okay? Now, what I got today is I finally got a SIG P220. Some of you guys who've been watching know I've been looking at one for a long time. I found one in 10 millimeter. You know, it was a little pricey. I didn't get it. Excuse me. Me and Mrs. Sarge 1911, we drove 200 miles this direction. We called this place. We have been around the block looking for a SIG P220. Before I get started though and share my candy with you, let's talk just a little bit about it. You know, I had some discussion recently with some subscribers out there on YouTube, and we briefly talked about a P210. You guys have watched me shoot a P210 on a video. I have yet to find maybe a handful of handguns that shoot as well as a P210. The slide on this thing is just like rubbing two pieces of ice together. It's like butter. The P220 is what replaced it. So what brought that crap on, I don't know. That's kind of like replacing the 1911 with a Beretta and then the Beretta with the other SIG plastic game. But we're going to look at it. So the 220 developed about 1975 for the Swiss Army to replace the 210. It's been out there for quite some number of years and they've done some improvement. Now they got about 4 models. They got like a standard model, they got a full-size model, a combat model, a carry model. And they've got a hunter model, which is a 220R maybe. It's the camouflage one, cryptic camo. You guys have seen it. But anyway, we're going to open up the box and it comes in a nice little box. This one here I've got is a 220 Equinox that come from their custom shop. The box will say Custom Works on it. I don't know if you can see that. And then it comes with a nice little coin. The coin's not really relevant, but it's a nice little coin. But what you'll notice, one thing this thing does not have is the bicycle lock. Excuse me. But it does come with 3 magazines. This one is in 45 ACP, my favorite caliber. It's only an 8-round magazine. Now, I read where I can get a 10-round magazine, but it's going to hang out the butt about 2 inches, and I'm not interested in that. But this one comes from their Custom Works. Now, the 220 in general, my understanding is it's got about 4 safeties on it. It's got a decocker on it. It's got 2 different firing pin safeties built into it, and then there's a safety on a hammer somewhere so you can't drop it and it accidentally go off and so on and so forth. But it's supposed to be a safe handgun. It is a full-size handgun. This has got about a 4.5-inch barrel. It weighs almost 2 pounds. It's kind of cool color. It's got a stainless slide and some type of, I don't know what they call it, some type of metal lower frame. It's probably aluminum or some kind. But it's a sharp looking handgun. I'll let you have a look at the sights. They call these X-ray sights. They got a titanium sights in it that glow in the dark. I don't know if we get focused in on them good or not. So it's a nice looking handgun. Got a nice looking trigger on it. It's kind of rounded. It's not straight. It's rounded on both ways so it kind of fits around your finger and fits good. It does have a rail on it. See down here at the bottom, it is open all the way across. I mean all the way across. And then, is that flared? Man, ever so little, but I'm gonna say yes. You know, got a little beaver tail on it. Now let me turn it around this way. I'm gonna cock the weapon. and show you that we have a decocker right here. See how the hammer goes forward? So we don't have just a safety, but we do have a decocker. Now, one of the things that's kind of weird on this pistol is, you know, we got the slide lock back and stuff like this right here. And then this right here is going to be a takedown button. They've done a good job with these contrasting colors to make it look nice. Is it any different? I don't know, other than the color. I was just excited to get one, so you know, I felt lucky to find one. Walked into the gun shop, had looking around, couldn't find anything I thought was worth the money, and was going to walk out, and the guy said, "Hey, wait a minute, what about this?" Ooh, that's what I've been looking for months. So I was pretty excited to get a hold of that. You know, we're going to take it out and shoot it in a little bit and see, but you know, there's one thing I want to point out that maybe kind of feels strange, and I don't know if you can hear this or not. I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay up here and try to, I want you to listen and see if you hear what I'm going to call this bang. You hear that? Does that sound funny to you? See the hammer kind of wiggle when it hits the firing pin up here? Watch what happens. It's got like it's like it's hitting a spring and not hitting solid. And when I fired it, dry fired it in the shop, I was kind of cheap. You know, I'm thinking cheap. It wasn't cheap, but it makes you feel cheap, like some, maybe like that, I don't know, that M17 or M18 type deal going on. It just feels cheap. I know it's not. You know, one of the things that we did talk about, and usually talk about, is trigger pull, and we're going to do that. I don't know how well this is going to do. I think that and by the way, let me point this out before I get. This is a single action, double action. So what does that mean? I can pull it or pull it, or like that right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cock it up. Let's do a trigger. I'm gonna do it, and I want you guys to watch it if you can. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be that impressive. Let me turn this around. Let me clear it. That trigger is nice and round, so it's kind of slick. Let me see if I can get it on there. You're tightening up. I can't even see it. Let me try that again. Let me stand up where I can get to it. I'm trying to share with you guys the best I can so you can actually see. But that trigger, see, it's so round and slick, my gauge don't want to stay on it. Yeah, that's 8 pounds. That's heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. You know, in double action, it's going to be 15 pounds. So is the trigger all that? I don't know. It does have a really short reset. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right there is where it was. But I think I'm going to try to let the camera look at the trigger. Look at the shape of it, how round. And now I'm going to try to, for the best way I know how, to roll it this way and see that it's rounded here too. So it's a very comfortable trigger, even if it's not very light and tight. It's got texture here on the front. It's got texture on the back, and then it's textured on the side. It's got contrasting screws here on the sides. It's got a contrasting magazine release. You know, the magazines look real similar to a 1911 magazine. Work basically the same way, but they're not going to be the same. I'm excited to try it. I'm really excited to get it. I don't know, you know, 2 pounds is a little bit heavy for a single stack. You know, it's almost commander size, but it's heavier to me. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a nice handgun. I don't think it's anything I'm not going to like. I just don't know that it's going to be replace my little old 4.5 inch 1911. But we're going to go shoot it and see what we get. I don't think there's gonna be that much difference, but I'm excited to get one. You know, I'm kind of, to be honest guys, I'm kind of getting tired of shooting 9mm. I carry one sometimes where I'm rolling in the dirt and stuff, but man, let's get the men's gun back out. Let's get one that goes, ooh! You know what I'm saying? Let's get one that shoots freaking balls down there instead of freaking peanuts. Let's do one. Let's go outside and do this one. Okay, we're outside, sunshiny day. We're gonna shoot the SIG P220 Equinox 4.5-inch barrel. I'm excited, but let me point out a couple more things that I probably missed inside. External extractor, serrations front and back, and I like this part here. Look where the slide release is. It's right here. It's not up here, it's right here. So I think it's in a little bit better position than normal. So I kind of like it being here. This being your decocker. You got to reach past it to decock, but it's still reachable. Look how close these are together instead of here and here. I think they've done a good job there. Feels good in the hand. I will say this, it comes with 3 magazines, and for the life of me, I couldn't get the damn things loaded. I could get 4 rounds in each magazine is all I could get. So the intelligent one of the two here Googled it, and guess what? Common problem. Solutions: load the magazines up and let them set for a few days, and hopefully the spring will work out. I got it by using one of those up Lula hand loader things, which I don't care much for, but this time it did work and it did get me to load them. So what I'll probably do is shoot them and just let them set for a week or two, full, soften the spring up or something. Really difficult, but you know, a lot of times we don't have one of them things with us when we want to load magazines. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot 3 magazines, lock this slide back, and see how it goes. The trigger, you know, I think that first one's going to be a little tricky. After that, when it gets into a single action mode, it's probably going to be fine. I don't expect anything wrong. I'm shooting a Tula ammo, 230 grain ball. All right, the trigger feels good physically. Let's see what else happens. And that's it. You know what? I tell you what I do not like about this pistol, right off the bat. It's only got 8 rounds. Man, we need to have 18 rounds is what we need. You know, you might get that in a 9mm. You know, when they produced this thing, I think the first 220s in 75 were probably 9mm because it had the P210s. Now, I think you can get one in 22 long rifle. You can still get 9mm, you can get 10mm, you can get, of course, 45. And there may be another oddball out there, another 9mm or something. I'm not sure, you guys can look it up, but it is available in several cartridges, you know. So, man, I mean, it just feels good to shoot. Like I said, it's not going to replace my girl, but, you know, what's really bad, too bad those are not interchangeable with 1911s. And you know what, I might try a little experiment. I might try a 1911 magazine in there and see where this index is and see if I can mark it so I could cut another hole in a 1911 magazine and then have a bunch of them. What do you think? Or hell, I could just quit being so cheap and buy some new magazines. That'd probably be the best thing to do. So let's load up this other magazine. All right, we're gonna shoot that. Man, it burns those 8 just too fast. Too fast. I don't know, I might try a 10-round magazine. 8 is just gone too fast. I am happy to get out and shoot some 45 today instead of some 9mm, but man, they go fast in this thing. Mag release good size, good place. It's an attractive handgun, or to me it is. I like it. I like it. The only thing I don't like is just that ain't got enough rounds. So let's let this go back forward. And I'm gonna try to decocker, keeping it down range, There we go. Works fine. All right, I'm gonna put one in the double action first and see how we do. The sights are nice, but I don't know how I like them. Now I got that little single. I like it. I like it. I tell you what makes me feel a little bit weird. The first double action is long and hard. Then the trigger resets and it feels like it's got a little springy in it. It's a little bit different. I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying it's different. Long, and you hear that spring. And you watch this little jiggle here. Watch it with the trigger. See how the trigger moves when I'm not fully engaging it? And you hear that spring? I think this is what I'm feeling when I'm going from double action to single action. I think I'm feeling that spring in there and it makes me feel a little bit weird. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? I tell you what, let's do. Let's wrap it up for today until we get to shoot again. Always shoot safe. Find you a toy. Shoot it safe, shoot it straight. I want you to listen to this pogo stick. You hear that? It's not going to replace my 1911.